Hello, everybody. I'm going to wait for all y'all to get here. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am all by myself this evening. It kind of feels weird. Miss Rhonda is feeling ill, so I thought I'd get on here and do a recap of what all we've learned this week and what all we've talked about on the show and what's in the Elvis news. So that'll be awesome because we're going to do that real soon. I'm trying to send this link to friends. Hold on a minute. This is new to me, guys. It's not like I'm used to this because I'm not. We all got to learn somehow. Anyways, let me see if I can send this to everybody. Okay. Let's see if that works. Okay, I think this is working. Okay, guys, give it a second. Hi, Nikki. Hello. Thank you. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, everybody. Hi, Glory. How are you? It's been a long day, and I feel weird. I don't have my sidekick with me this evening. Don't have Miss Rhonda. Hi, Kristen. How you doing? Good, guys. I mean, it is Thursday, and I am coming on a little bit late. I'm sorry, guys. I had a little boy to put to bed. I've got to put the kid to bed first before I can do a show. Usually when Rhonda and I do a show, it's like about 5:30 before dinner time. So we never do something this late. But I figured since I'm not doing anything tomorrow that I would reach out and talk to you guys and see how y'all doing in the Elvis world and what y'all have learned this week. Kristen is still trying to get my 7-year-old son to bed. Girlfriend, it's me every night, so I know what you're going through. My kid is 9, so yeah, it takes a little time. It takes a little persuasion and a little time to get the little dudes to bed. Hi, Ruby. Hey, girl. But anyways, I wanted to wait for a few of you more to get in here. Yeah. Did you guys get any of that 90-degree, 100-degree heat weather today? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I did not go outside because somehow we're in the orange of air control because the South has finally been hit with the Canadian wildfire smoke. So we're finally getting that smog haze that I've been seeing a lot of the eastern states have, and we finally got it today. So I didn't go outside. It was hot, and it had a haze on the, you could just look, and there was like a fog around everything. So I'm like, nope, not doing it, not today. Oh, thank you, Glory. Yeah, I'm thankful that you found our show, too. Yeah, Kimberly? Oh, well then, girl, you're like in my backyard, so you get it. The air quality sucked today, and it was really hot. And I know this has nothing to do with Elvis. It's just I'm trying to get some of y'all in here before I begin on some of this stuff. Now, the last time Rhonda and I were together, we were talking to you about the Lisa Marie settlement, and we were reading from said settlement to you guys, if I remember correctly. So that makes my mind wander. So, okay, my channel has been reading the Lisa Marie settlement because we want to know, we're nosy. We want to know who has the money, who's getting the money, and who doesn't really need the money but getting the money anyway. Yeah, we nosy, but there's a lot of nosy people like us in the Elvis world. We want to know. And that's why I wanted to read it to you, and Rhonda did too, because you guys need to know the history if you want to know. And that's part of it, guys. This is new. It just came out. But anyways, that's what we were discussing. And what got me was there's Elvis groups out there. And no, I'm not going to name them. You guys have been trying to trick me going like, name these Elvis groups. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Because if I name these Elvis groups, that's not going to make me look nice, is it? Because then somebody will probably name my Elvis group for something, and then, no, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to name out Elvis groups. But I will say this. A prominent Elvis group that is very favorable to Priscilla wrote this the other day after a lot of us were reading what was in Lisa Marie's settlement. People, please. There is no settlement on anything with the Presleys. We don't even know if there is one in the works. Not our business. The phony court documents are just that. Phony. Someone wasted a lot of time concocting these fake papers. Pay attention. There are a lot of errors in those documents. No, they're not. Someone wasted all their time doing this. And whoever went to the trouble to cause trouble didn't do their legal homework. Yes, we did. Now, please, don't cite a source to us with those phony documents. Can't believe people are falling for them as credible. Other than that, have a nice day. Really? Have a nice day. And the documents are fake? Oh, I really think they're not. These documents are not fake. Okay? But this is what is crazy about the whole thing. This is just one group saying that we have fake documents. No, they're not fake. You can go into probate court in LA County and get them yourselves. They're not fake. They cost money, just like anything else, but they're official. There's an official seal on them and everything. So I don't know why these groups are saying that our settlement papers are fake that we're reading off of. The only thing I can imagine is Prissy followers doing this and saying this, trying to discredit us who are telling the truth, because what we're doing is the noise, aren't we? We're the ones that are making all this noise that Priscilla and her camp's talking about. No, these are full document papers, guys. Denial is not just a river in Egypt. Okay, these people don't do their research anyway. Exactly, Kirsten. They don't do their research. And Kimberly, it is a crock of crap. Because it makes you wonder why. Okay, why would somebody I know take the time to write and fake a 98-page document? Yeah. And while you're at it, I got the Promenade Trust documents too that got paid for. Who would fake those? Those are over 100. It's like, wait, do you think we have that much time on our hands that we're going to fake documents to read to you guys? Heck no. I don't know a paralegal in the country that would write fake documents for us to read for you. Okay? So these ladies or gents or whoever the heck it is making these rumors up that the documents are fake, they don't have anything better to do. And they don't have a lie better than that, which is so sad, to help Priscilla on her team out, because we have the real documents. They can't even read the documents, and they don't want to read the documents. I've noticed for a while now, if you argue with these people, you'll be stuck arguing with them until the cows come home. And trust me, sometimes the cows don't come home, people, okay? So it's better not to even argue with these people, because that's what they're there for. Personally, you guys can, believe me or not, but I somehow think that some of these people that are online constantly fighting for Priscilla, a lot of them are Scientologists, and they're not getting paid for what they're doing, but with their religion, they have to, fight for Priscilla. I think there's a few and far between. Don't quote me, but there's a lot of them. You can't tell me that all these people are that naive and don't know the real history of Priscilla, that they're going to, no matter what happens, deny everything that she does, which is sad because she did do this. There's also a document going around the group saying that Priscilla didn't even file for this stuff, that was even fake. And I'm like, what? didn't file. I mean, there's all kinds of stories coming out, guys, that are ridiculous just because her team can't accept the fact that the truth hurts. Your favorite person just sued her grandchildren for hound dog money, but it's okay because she was Elvis's one true love. Can I also tell you guys that this is for entertainment and education purposes only, okay? Don't quote me everything I say, please, literally. I am saying what my opinion is, okay? Freedom of speech lets me say so much, and I am glad that we can, but I just can't keep quiet about some of the things going on, okay? A lot of you guys can't either. I've seen a lot of you guys be vocal in the group chat in the last few weeks. You know, it's ridiculous what her team and what she is getting by of. It's ridiculous. I've never known an ex-wife get as much as this lady has gotten in the last 46 years. It seems like the hound dog money of Elvis Presley just keeps on giving. Just keeps on giving to that ex-wife, you know. And people claim that he was going to marry Ginger Alden and move on. So it's like, it's kind of odd. Wouldn't you think the woman that he was about to marry, Ginger Alden, should be getting something then? I mean, weren't they supposed to get married? Come on. And you're right, Kimberly. These people are ignorant, and ignorant just means they are not educated in the subject. Maybe they need to do a little bit more research to be educated in the subject. And really, it is appalling. We Elvis lovers, historians, people that keep his legacy alive, keep the story straight, you know? And it's so hard to keep Elvis's story straight when so many other people just making up stuff as they go along. Oh, I'm just going to make up things, you know, I don't care. Oh, it bothers me so much, guys. So much. See, Kirsten, as soon as she has his child, she milked it and got everything of what it's worth. That's true. She had the golden egg. She had the golden egg. That's the gift that kept on giving. And our girl is in the ground now. So how good does that do? You know, our girl is in the ground. Not even cold in the ground. And mama had to take grandbabies to court. Gina, maybe Prissy says then to make her look and sound good. She's got her followers to make her look and sound good. That is true. And they either get paid for it or they're so lost in Delulu land, and I mean Delulu, lost in Delulu land, that they can't even see truth or straight. That's pretty much it. Yep, Kirsten, it's sad that you use your child for that. You know, I haven't seen any proof that she used her child for good. Do you guys? I mean, a lot of things that we have read and seen throughout the years, just appalling. Dropping your kid off at camp, not but 2 weeks after her dad dies when she's 9. What your child needs, what your baby needs, is for you to comfort her. She just lost her daddy. Oh, I'm going to put her in camp. Summer camp's the best place for her. She can go with Michelle's kids. What mother? I'm sorry. I know my mother wouldn't have done that. She would have clinged to us children, and she would have been there helping us grieve and cope. Oh, not Sissy, not Priscilla. She had to dump Lisa Marie off at camp about 2 weeks after Elvis died, and then it was a pattern after they got into Scientology. She would just dump her. She just would dump her. Hey, I have a kid, but I have a career and acting to go into. I'm just going to dump my kid off. Let them deal with her. You know? Kimberly, seriously, how do people think she has a net worth of $50 million? It wasn't Dallas Naked Gun. She may have gotten something from using her plastic surgery, but the rest is from the Elvis estate. Yes, ma'am, Kimberly. Amen. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Ain't no way those Naked Gun movies and those couple of seasons on Dallas gave her a net worth of $50 million. You know, I will have to even say in the acting field, Riley Keough can knock her granny right out of the park in acting. That's my opinion, though, so I'm sticking to that. She wasn't much of an actor. I guess that's why she had to get Elvis's name, because when she did a boutique in the L.A. area, uh, Bo, that boutique she had, she didn't do too good financially because it was under her Bold U name. But when she started acting after Elvis died, she decided Presley would get her name in a lot more places with the door open for her than Bold U ever would. So that shows me a lot right there. Wanda, you're talking about her new movie. You hope it flops. Oh yeah, we all do. This new movie that's coming out called Priscilla. It makes me sick thinking about it, because I'll tell you straight up, guys, and I'm gonna be truthful to you. From one Elvis fan and lover to another, whatever good that Elvis movie did that they promoted last year, whatever good that Baz Luhrmann movie did for Elvis Presley and his image, just went out that window with this new Priscilla movie coming out. And don't even get me started on this documentary that's coming out on Amazon that Europe got first, and now we're going to get Elvis and his women or whatever. It's going to open a can of worms about our guy that the Me Too movement and all this new generation's been wanting to open on Elvis Presley for a long time. So I need you warriors to go out for me and fight with me. These people that call him the P word, the word that I'm talking about. And the word that's going to be in the movie Priscilla and in that documentary. I don't like how people think of him that way. Elvis was born in 1935, and that day and age, things were different from this day and age. Okay? So even my daddy was born in 1936. It was during the Depression. It was a whole different time back then. And even my mama and my father were 9 years apart, guys. Okay? It happens a lot in the South. It doesn't happen nowadays too much because we've put laws down, we've helped things, we've gotten better. But during the Depression, women at 14 years old was considered adult. And I'm not playing with you. Most people didn't graduate from high school back in the Depression. You were lucky to go through the 5th grade and your schooling was done. Because your parents had to take you out because you had to work the land, you had to work the field, you had to do all that stuff, keep the home together. Because back then it was hard. So you married early, you had kids early, but you died early too. It was a different time. It was a different age. And I think it's ridiculous that this movie Priscilla is going to come out and do damage to Elvis when we just did good. We just saw good with this Elvis movie with Baz Luhrmann come out. We just did good, guys. And now Prissy has to put her 10 cents in and ruin it for everybody. And I mean ruin it for everybody. Because that's what she's pretty much doing with her retelling of her story that she's already told twice with a book in 1985 and a movie miniseries in 1988. She already told her tale. And that's what I don't understand about some of the people in their comments on Facebook and in other groups and on TikTok and things, how they go, oh, finally, Priscilla finally gets to tell her story after all these years. I'm like, where the hell have you guys been? Under a rock? She's told her story. She's told her story many, many times, and she's changed her story too, guys. So it's like, she's told her story. Why does she have to do it now again? Now that we have Elvis up there again, everybody loved the movie. Even the new generation are fans now who have never been Elvis fans before because of that movie. And Priscilla has to bring out her story again and ruin it for everybody? I don't think that's fair. I also heard, and I'm probably going to read it to you, that EPE, Mr. Joel, who runs EPE, and his, executors, all these people who are sitting on the board of EPE are not very happy with Priscilla because she didn't ask before she did it. I don't have to ask. I'm Priscilla. It seems like she doesn't think that she has to ask. And it's like, when you prop up a man up to here for 45 years and he gets a little bit more of a prop up there with the movie, and then you're about to die, so you'd think, oh, instead of propping him up more, oh, I'm gonna put out a movie called Priscilla, and I'm gonna make him go down. So it seems. Is she making him go down? It seems like she's biting the hand that fed her whole entire life. And even I know you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, guys. So this vomitus. Zilla and the stepbrother waited until Lisa was gone to do this. I hope EPE sues her and shuts down the movie. I'm with you, so I hope and pray they can. If anyone has enough money to sue Priscilla, it would be Joel, because Joel is a very rich man. That would be something I would pay. I would pay to see that. I mean, if anything, you would think that Joel and EPE would be able to sue Priscilla on defamation of the name Elvis Presley and his image. With people getting sued for defamation these days, you would think that Joel could be able to legally sue Priscilla for the defamation of Elvis Presley, his name, and his image. Because it seems to me that's what she's doing with this movie. She's defaming him. He's right here right now, guys. He's in a very good light where he needs to be. But because of her two little cents, he's going to be down here. All those new generation fans that they just got with the Baz Luhrmann movie, they're going to go out the door. They're going to go out the door with the Me Too movement. They're going to go out the door calling him a pedo. We don't want that. We know for a fact he wasn't. That was a different time and a different age. This is not 2023. We're talking about years ago before we even knew any of this stuff was wrong. I mean, I told you my parents were 9 years different in age. My mama met my father when she was 14. Granted, she didn't marry him until later on in life, but they met each other when she was 14 and my father was 24. And my father was in the Army. So it's not much of a difference, man. My father was only a year younger than Elvis. So that generation, that's just how they were. That's how they thought, you know? Kimberly, the movie, if it was settled that she can no longer tell the tale that Cary Grant raped her, but is still in her book, and if the movie is based on the book, how is that going to work? Well, here we go again. Remember, she tried to sue Suzanne Fitzstod and Cary Grant with that book, Child Bride. She couldn't get Suzanne Fitzstod sued because of that book. But she did sue and threaten Cary Grant to sign an NDA and not talk about her about that way again. So that tells me a lot of things right there. A lot of things. She paid Cary Grant off. I hear through the grapevine she's really good about that. She pays people off. All it takes is a lunch date. She'll call you up or have her aides call you up. Would you like to have lunch with Priscilla? And of course, half of them are like, oh, yeah, sure, I'd love to have lunch with Priscilla. And then as soon as you have lunch with Priscilla, people never hear from you again. Where's Suzanne Fitzstod again, guys? She was supposed to bring out a book part 2, better than the first one, of recent things that Priscilla has done. But then she was on a podcast 2 years ago saying she was going to have part 2, but she has to go to lunch with Priscilla. We haven't heard from her since. Just saying, guys. The proof is in the pudding. I hear she's good at paying people off to shut them up. No, Nikki, she didn't sue Fitzstod for defamation. She tried to. The only person that she could get was Cary Grant. But all she did really was threaten him with money that he did not have and make him sign a non-disclosure agreement. Wanda, I just wish I knew her involvement. Involvement with Scientology. That's the other thing. I don't think she ever got out. That's that's just my opinion. You know, you don't have to take that to the bank. But I do believe that she never left. I don't think she did. But you know, it boggles my mind how they even chose the one religion, how Priscilla chose the one religion that Elvis actually did speak up upon and hated. All Scientology ever wanted was my damn money. It's just crazy that what ended up to be Scientology ended up with Elvis's money. So it's the exact same thing he said he didn't want happened. So that right there is just crazy, okay? Kimberly, Elvis did draw the line because of age. He didn't have sex with 14-year-olds. In fact, Priscilla begged him to, and he said, "You are too young." Exactly, Kimberly. He was around 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds, teenagers, but he didn't have sex with those teenagers. And even in Priscilla's book, it mentions her begging him, begging him, begging him, and trying to seduce him too. And he would not do it because he knew it was wrong. So see, even that movie that's coming out, it's still going to be wrong. It's going to make Elvis look bad, guys. I mean, it's going to make Priscilla look like the victim. Yeah. And it's going to make him look really, really bad. So it's just, I don't understand why Priscilla thinks it's okay to bite the hand that feeds you. Why is she biting the hand that feeds her? Huh? I wouldn't. I don't understand this. I don't think she is a devout Scientologist. I think it's a social club for celebrities. I'm a member of a social club. Yeah, it could be. It could be. You know, the way they can get things done and how they can get people that surround them and go on the internet and be their little typing warriors behind the keyboard, you know, fighting for Priscilla. Yeah. I see it. Teresa, she put her claws in Elvis and didn't let go, and her parents let her go live with him. So as to blame. Hey, I ain't going to deny that. Priscilla's parents are to blame for most of it, okay? Because I keep thinking to myself, I'm a mom. I don't care what celebrity it is, and they knock on my door asking for my son, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I must decline. That's ridiculous. It's like the Michael Jackson syndrome, right? All those kids, parents that let those little boys spend the night with Michael Jackson, they were just asking for it, right? Now, okay, I ain't going to go there. But I will say, the parents had all right to keep her away from Elvis, okay? But they didn't. In fact, they encouraged that behavior. You know why? Because they saw money, honey, ooh, ooh, money, honey, money, honey. They saw this. Elvis Presley? I mean, they were in a bad situation, guys. When Priscilla met Elvis in Germany, they were living above a bordello. You guys know what a bordello is, right? It's one of those women of the night hotels. You know, the rooms are rented by the minute, not the hour, right? So they were living in a very bad place in Germany. They had no money. They had all these kids. Priscilla's mother kept getting knocked up. They kept having kids. Priscilla was in the way. She was the oldest teenager. If she wasn't babysitting her at school, she was out daydreaming somewhere, you know? So it's just one of those things that I think can get out of it is they saw money signs. They were like, Elvis? Interested in our little Priscilla? Oh, yes, I see it. A future of money. Woo! Maybe that's it, guys. I don't know. Gina, why does EPE let her get her away with this movie? Well, the movie hasn't came out yet. The news article that I got, they're not happy. So let's see what happens. Guys. They could sue her at any time. I don't know if they're going to get out of it or not. Hey, Anthony. No, Rhonda's not with us tonight. I feel weird. I'm all by myself. Rhonda's not feeling too good. So, but she's she's not feeling well, so I'm all by myself. So this isn't a Shawna Rhonda show. This is a Shawna recap show where I recap everything that we talked about this week, so we can all get on the same page before the next show. But right now we're just talking about the new movie Priscilla. Oh, I can't stand it. Oh, please, somebody get a hold of Suzanne Finstad and get her a movie deal. I want to see Child Bride on the big screen. I guess if it's open season on Elvis with Priscilla, somebody needs to get a hold of Suzanne Finstad and make open season on Priscilla so we can get that movie out on the screen. I would pay extra for that, guys. John, Shauna, Scylla is just overdoing it. Now it's getting silly. It's beyond silly. Now it just seems like, is she just completely narcissistic? Is it all about me, moi, 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 I? I don't know. Levi, documentary should have been the Presley's Gold Diggers new PS story. Levi, I like the way you think, sir. Donna P. Ha ha ha. Love how you put the drama and acting into the conversation. Makes it more interesting. Thank you, Donna. You gotta always make sure you have something in your pocket when you're putting something out. Helps people realize, oh wait, she's got a point. Queen Scott. She was jealous of both Elvis and Lisa unconditional worldwide love. Now she feels there are no strong walls to block her shenanigans. Well, right now it seems because Lisa is dead and gone, it's open season on Elvis. Don't you guys think? It seems to me the only thing that was keeping Elvis's name pure wasn't Priscilla, man. It was Lisa. Lisa Marie even made a song called Nobody Noticed It. And there's a part in that song where she says, when they tried to make you look broken, not while I'm living. So she's not living anymore. Sad too. I still miss her. But they're going to make Elvis look broken. They're going to make Elvis look like a drug addict. They're going to make Elvis look like a constant cheater. They're going to make Elvis look so strung out. Whatever good Baz Luhrmann's movie did for Elvis in the last year and a half is going to go out the window when this movie Priscilla comes out, and also with this Elvis and his women Amazon documentary. It's just going to look bad, guys. I mean, just hold on to your seats. It's going to get pretty bumpy. Yep, Music Fever, she is a narcissist. Rose DePriest, what is her motive for more money? For her son or what? I don't know, man. I mean, does she not know she's on death's door? She can't take it with her? I don't know, honey. I have no idea at this point. First I thought it was her religion. You gotta have so much money before you die. I don't know. I have no idea. Nikki, the relationship with Bridget Cruz is of interest. Where is all the memorabilia coming from? Stephen from Rockology knows as well. Well, let me tell you something, Nikki Six. I am friends with Stephen Schutz from Rockology, and I'm going to have him on the show with Rhonda and I real soon, and we're going to explain a lot of things to you. It is so sad when things are going on the auction block that are fakes being sold for the real thing. Could you imagine spending your hard-earned money that you've saved probably for years and years and years to get a piece of Elvis history, and so you decide to buy something of Elvis's for, let's say, 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand, or this so-called Bible coming out for 95 grand, and you bring that home and you find out through real Elvis historians that is not Bridget Cruz, that it's fake. What happens then? Do you get your money back? Do you go on a worldwide campaign bashing these people? How do you get your money back when things like that happen? So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to interview Stephen Schutz with Rhonda, and we'll talk about that. How people are maybe also even paying for tickets for the VIP tour and trying to hold Elvis in the palm of your hand, and to find out that that artifact that you held is just a replica, that the real piece of the history is in the archive somewhere. Could you imagine buying a ticket to hold something of Elvis's, to find out that that's not even the real piece of Elvis history, it's just a replica? Could you imagine how, not sad, but betrayed you would feel? That's a lot of money that people spend every year doing that VIP tour. And that's something else I want to get to the bottom of. So Stephen Schutz will be on the show. He's going to help us get to the bottom of this, guys. Yeah, we do. Sean, I can't wait for you two to interview Spa Guy and Trey. Well, if you want us to interview Spa Guy and Trey, send them over, John. I do know in the works we have Danny Smith, Billy and Joe Smith's son, Danny Smith, Memphis Mafia Kid. He'll be on July 10th. I'm very excited about that. We're also going to have Stephen Schutz on the show this coming July 2. And there might be somebody else thrown in there, okay? I do love the Smith family too, Kristen, a lot. I hold what they say dearly, because the last person that was with Elvis was Billy. That's the very last person to me that I cared about that was with Elvis. Ruby, no one knows just how much property of Elvis's she has already sold. That's another humdinger. That's another thing. We don't know what she has and what she sold. See, there's some things that I question. I mean, this is for entertainment purposes only, guys, but there's something I question here, okay? Who's to say that when Priscilla was categorizing all of Elvis things when he first died, like the Palm Springs house and things, they let her, which surprised me, because what estate would let the ex-wife go from house to house categorizing Elvis's thing when they've already been divorced 4 years? They didn't have Ginger do it, who was with him recently. They didn't have Linda Thompson with him, who was with him before that. They let Priscilla do it, who was divorced from him for 4 years, categorize all of Elvis's things. Sometimes I think that she took things during that time in like 78, 79, 80, and put that stuff in a warehouse somewhere so it can appreciate in value. And then bring up this whole story when she gets with Bridget Cruz that this stuff has been found from the Colonel. People stole this stuff, but we got it back story. Do you see where I'm getting at, guys? What makes you think that Priscilla didn't have all this stuff in storage somewhere so it, gets big in value, and now she's selling it through Bridget Cruz? What makes you think she isn't doing it, guys? Let's see. Queen Scott, yes, she was 14 when she met him, but he left 3 months after meeting her. Didn't see her again until 17 years and 7 months. At the door of being a grown woman, stopped making it look like it was 14, 24-year-old relationship. Well, no, but they were together for a good 9 months total before he even went back to the States. Okay, and then, yes, they were talking on the phone all that time. But some people say the heavy making out, the petting, and all that stuff was just him, a way of grooming her, getting her ready to come see him when she was 17. Don't quote me on that. This is what I've read other people put, and I didn't like reading that, guys. It's like, you can't win with some of these people at all. So Spa Guy was amazingly loyal when he interviewed one of the early girlfriends. She was awesome too. Well, yes, I love the Spa Guy's work. Okay, I know there was some drama between Spa Guy, Trey, and some things going on with the dojo and all that. But I'm gonna say this: I'm not in that drama. I wasn't ever in that drama, and I'd pretty much rather just keep it over there because I'm not even going to go there, I kind of like both sides. I'm not saying I'm picking a side. I'm just saying I know that there was some trouble and I was aware. But I do watch both channels. I watch Billy and Joe Smith's channel. I watch If It's Mafia Kid Danny Smith's channel. And I also watch the Spa Guy and Trey's Globetrotting with Trey's channel. So I like all those channels. Susan Wilson. Billy Smith, poor Billy Smith, he should be able to speak on Elvis Point. That is Elvis's cousin. I agree. But even this day, he has to watch what he says. He could get sued. And I watch his shows, and I see all the time that he says what he means and what's on his mind, but he watches out what he says, Like, he doesn't get so animated like I do when I get upset, I saw the video that Bill and Joe Smith made right after the news broke about Priscilla getting buried at Graceland. And I saw how they did their video. And y'all saw how I did my video. I was all mad and cussing, and you could see fire coming out of my eyes and out of my ears. I was so mad. And I was day drinking. I was just, but Billy's video, calm, collected, said it's not really our business. I don't know, guys. I love Elvis Presley so much. I've known him my whole life. I believe it is my business. I don't know how y'all believe that it's your business too about Elvis. We grew up with him. He's a part of our family. He's a part of our household. So I guess it is our business if somebody's going to trample all over him. You see what I'm saying? Kirsten, I can't understand why Lisa didn't talk to her those last 7 or 8 years. Well, honey, she wasn't really aware of her finances. She was the type of person that she just let people take care of things, and she didn't know what was going on because she figured the right people were on the case. The right people had her back until she was getting a divorce from Michael Lockwood, and they had to go and audit her finances, and she realized she didn't have as much as she thought left. She also realized Mommy Dearest was taking $900,000 a year out of her nest egg, which adds up, guys, $1 million a year for what, 13 years? It adds up. And then found out that Siegel guy was getting $500,000 a year, paying himself. And then she realized she didn't have the money that she thought she did. She realized her own mother was thieving from her. Then she made that amendment in 2016 and took Priscilla off, and she thought that was going to be it because she wanted Riley and Ben to be in there. Then she dies unexpectedly. And we find out through Priscilla, because she put the motion in, that she wasn't a trustee anymore? That my daughter removed me? That's a big indication why they weren't talking for 8 years, When you give your money situation in hands of your family thinking that they're going to take care of you and your interests, and then find out a decade later that they weren't taking care of you or your interests, and you're backed against the law because you don't have money that you thought you had, yeah, I wouldn't want to talk to my mother either. So that's probably exactly what happened and why she quit talking to her mother for 8 years. Let's see here. Stepbrother also said Prissy and Colonel stole a lot of stuff. Leave it up to the stepbrother. I'm telling you, if you go on Navarone's Instagram, he's on a lot. And if you go on Navarone's Instagram, you see him get high as a kite. You see him slurring and talking really weird. You see him sometimes saying things out of his mouth that he shouldn't, like things that he really shouldn't say. And every once in a while, you see his mother, Priscilla, come on his Instagram account and tell him things like, son, you need to redirect what you're talking about. You need to talk about something different, okay? To clean up his mess. I have never, ever seen someone's mama on Instagram come on their Instagram live and tell them to settle down and quit talking about this. Talk about something else. So that is quite odd. And he's on it a lot, guys. John. Shawna, is it enough that Scylla wanted to be buried at Graceland? I mean, when is it enough? I guess to Priscilla, John, it's never enough. I think this is a vendetta. I think this started years ago in the making. I think she knew all along he was made to marry her, and that really didn't help matters. And then the constant cheating, and then her cheating, and then how the lies got her there to begin with. I just think that this is a vendetta. This is a woman scorned, and she's milking Elvis for everything that she can before she croaks. Because of that, because of her being scorned, I think it's just a screw you, Elvis type scenario. I think that's what Priscilla thinks. I don't think she really loves him like she says. I think she loves to hate him. But don't quote me. Kimberly, what about Shirley Dew? Isn't she still alive? She had some pretty incriminating things to say about Priscilla at Elvis and Vernon's funeral. Oh, yes, she did. I'm friends with Shirley on Facebook, and even now she lets things out, but she hasn't said anything too much against Priscilla lately. But I do know right after Elvis died, she was saying some things. And I knew in her book, she tried to be really nice to her in her book. I actually heard behind the scenes that Priscilla actually had a secret phone call with Shirley Dew to try to get Shirley to say nice things about Priscilla in the book that she was writing. Like, anytime you're doing something and you get a phone call or an indie's trying to buy you, I'll tell the truth. So, oh gag, she was a little tart, started kissing on boys at age 11. All right, so I get you. Susan Wilson. I read somewhere on Priscilla after Vernon died, she went to Graceland and started ordering kin people around. Yeah. In fact, right after he died, I heard through a source, she went on the Lisa Marie plane and she looked and went like this and went, this is all mine now. All of it is mine. Yeah, I heard that through a source. Right after he died, when she got on the plane to be flown from Los Angeles to Memphis, all of this is mine. It's all mine now. Pretty rotten, guys, don't you think? The ex-wife. And she didn't let any of his girlfriends or friends use the Lisa Marie as a jet for them to get to Elvis's funeral. She refused Linda Thompson. She refused a lot of them. They had to find their own way to Memphis. It's a good thing Ginger Alden was already living there, or she wouldn't have made it to the funeral with them rules, you know. Let's see. So, Zilla gonna come sue all of us for defamation. Oh wait, she can't. What we say is true, or we believe it to be good faith. I don't really say anything too much on this show that I can't prove myself through writing or other sources, guys. This isn't old stuff. I mean, this isn't new stuff. Sorry, this isn't any new stuff. This is pretty old in the making. Nikki, Bridget Cruz is actually listed in the settlement docs, right? And Riley had no objection to her acting on Priscilla's behalf. Yes, ma'am. I read that last week. Bridget Cruz is in the settlement. She put Bridget Cruz over Navarone's trust. So Navarone's getting this money. He's only going to get half of it because of his age. The other half is going into a trust that Priscilla is going to be a trustee of. Upon Priscilla's death, Bridget Cruz will have that trustee position until he can get the other half of the loan. It's on age too. By the time he's 40, he should be able to obtain all of it. Upon Lisa's death, she already got all of hers. You see what I'm saying? It all goes by age. Right now, the twins can't touch any of it till they're 25. When they're 25, they can only get a quarter of it. By the time they're 35, they can get half of it. By the time they're 45, they can have all of it. It's just depends on age. Right now, Riley can get half of hers, and then she can get the next half in the next 10 years when she's 45. So it all goes by age. I will say that Bridget is in there another time. She's not just going to be the trustee of Navarone's money when Priscilla dies. Priscilla also put Bridget Cruz in a clause that that's one of the people she wants invited to her funeral at Graceland, which it's so hard to say that. I kind of throw up a little bit in my throat when I say Priscilla's funeral at Graceland. I kind of throw up in my throat a little bit, so that's awful to even think about, right? It's hard to think about that. How does the ex-wife get to be? Never mind. Because I know what the Priscilla lovers will say after we get done with this, and I don't feel like fighting them, guys. They think it's perfectly right for her to be there. I think it's disgusting, but whatever. Who else, Kimberly, who else can defend his legacy? He died without being able to speak for himself against these people. People like us, Kim. I mean, a lot of people from his past are dying off. The only ones that seem to keep his legacy going are the ones like us that have been studying his history and are Elvis historians and keep telling people how it really was, and not the fantasy and fairy tale what the ex-wife has thrown down y'all's throat for all these years. I mean, I hold more of the Memphis Mafia stories more highly than I do the ex-wife at this point. But to answer your question, it's us that will keep his legacy going, right? It's all of us that remember his history, that watch these shows, not just my channel, but lots of these Elvis channels too. Because eventually everybody is going to be died off who was with Elvis in real life. But even some of those people didn't really tell the truth, guys. So, we are the ones that are going to defend his legacy. We are the ones that are going to keep it going to the point of keeping the flame going. And I mean keeping the flame going, not sugarcoating it, not make Elvis seem something that he wasn't. And that's why I like my channel the way it is, because I don't sugarcoat his history. If it's something bad that he did, I own up to it, But in my point of view, he did more good in this world than he did bad. Elvis was tame compared to the entertainers of today. Okay? I'm sorry, but no matter what Elvis gets in trouble for right now in 2023, he was tame, guys, compared to what we've seen in the last 20-something, 30-something years of music of other artists. Elvis was a very tame man. He was a Christian man. And he talked about God more, I believe, than any other entertainer I ever followed or watched. Let's see here. I'm trying to read these as I go. Levi. Graceland better hire a cleaning service just for her graveside. Oh, I'm telling you, man. They'll probably be kicking people for good left and right off of the Graceland grounds for probably spitting, throwing gum on, stomping. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to give y'all any ideas. I would never do that. I'm just saying they're going to have a lot of security probably. And I wouldn't doubt if somebody ever did loiter her grave, they'd probably kick that person out of Graceland for life. I wouldn't want to be that person. But they'll probably start kicking people out of Graceland for life for doing something like that to deter people from, violating her grave. I don't know, but a lot of people aren't happy about it. I will say a few people have told me they're going to get the shovels ready. I'm like, good luck. There's going to be lots and lots and lots and lots of security, especially in that area, just because of that. I guarantee you. Kimberly, George Hamilton was on there too. I have never understood why he was on it. I have no idea, guys. Gina, she hates him. She don't love him. It's true. I never seen somebody who would love somebody like this and make their name look like dirt. I love him so much, but really I love his money. I love his money more. His money is more perfect to me than he was. Nikki, kind of telling, isn't it? The EPE would organize Linda Thompson to be at Graceland for Elvis Week. Exactly. I can't wait for that. You know why? Because Priscilla's out. So they had to get somebody in that knew about Elvis as much as Priscilla. So Priscilla out, Linda Thompson's in. That tells me all I need to know. EPE is finally on the side they need to be on. They need to be off of the ex-wife's side and they need to be on to Elvis' side. You know what I'm saying? Gina, why was Ginger thrown out of Graceland after Elvis died? Jealousy? I mean, here she is in the position of being the fiance, and Priscilla walks right on in, making herself at home. You know, and they're still fighting to this day, guys. Have you read their they had a battle on Facebook not very long ago. I mean, they still go back and forth with each other, Priscilla and Ginger. They go back and forth, back and forth. So there's jealousy. They're still jealous of each other. Music fever. Yep, it certainly isn't David or Priscilla protecting his legacy. No, sir, it's not. Or woman. Nope, it is not. It's not them protecting his legacy. If it was, we wouldn't have seen them doing this crap. And Rose, Elvis was so generous and loving. That's right. That this would be breaking his heart right now. All of it, every bit of it. Let's see, Nikki, with your comment, however, they're getting old. They're not going to remember things perfectly. Well, yeah, the Smiths are getting old, and they're not going to remember things as perfectly as they did yesterday. But we still have them, and we still try our best to hold that dear to our heart, what they say, because they were still there, guys. Anyways, guys, you know, I love the fact that we've done this hour live. I really do. It was nice being able for me to talk to you guys and for you to talk to me. It's been nice. Unfortunately, I cannot stay too much longer. It is a weeknight, you know. I wish it was Friday. I can be here a little longer, but it's a weeknight, so I need to get my butt to bed soon. Let's see, Kristen. Linda is 100 times more classy than Priscilla. Amen, sister. She can't hold a candle to Linda, not only looks, but personality. And I'll tell you straight up, too, Kristen, Linda was the first person that Lisa Marie called when Elvis died. That tells you everything you need to know. She didn't call her mama when Elvis died. She called Linda when Elvis died, when her daddy died. So that should tell you everything you need to know. Patty, I hope EPE sues Priscilla over her new movie. I hope so too, Patty. I pray and hope so. Joanne, Prissy was a flat out terrible mother. Well, as I said before, it's a matter of opinion, but I will agree with you. I don't see a perfect mother-daughter union there. Kim, I bet P thought that she was still in Elvis's will, and that's why she acted like that on the plane. Probably so. Probably so. I wouldn't put it down. I wouldn't put it past her. Arlene, I love you. I love you. I love you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you too, Arlene. Thank you. Ruby, I've loved this live. You're welcome, guys. I'm going to try and do one for you every Friday to recap everything that we've talked about during the week, if you guys don't mind. So, I believe Lisa changed the locks before she passed. I don't know. I hope and pray she did. Kirsten, yes, true. Nikki, absolutely, Shawna. I truly believe if you want to know and understand Elvis, listen to the Memphis Mafia stories and interviews. They were there. They collectively made their claims about instances. Yeah. I believe the Memphis Mafia stories. So I'll read more into that and believe more into that than I am the ex-wife. Okay, guys? Or the stepbrothers. Because the stepbrothers did a lot of damage to Elvis too, guys. I'll do that on another show. Those stepbrothers did a lot of damage to Elvis and his name towards the end of his life. They were more like enablers, if you know what I'm saying. Kirsten, I hope everyone has a great night. This was fun. It was fun. I appreciate you guys sticking around and being here with me the whole time. Thank you so much. Susan, EPE should do something. She is not a Presley. She's not even supposed to be using Presley name. Well, it's a matter of perspective, Susan, and it's all in EPE's hands what they can do and the lawyers. Let's just see what happens. I hope and pray that God is looking down on us and he can help us do Elvis's business and get his name back to the place where he needs to have his name. I'm tired of people bashing him. I'm tired of people bashing him for money. And that's the most sickest part of all of it, is not just bashing him. They're doing it for money. You know, they're just money grubbing, money hungry vampires that just want to suck everything they can from him. I mean, he's dead. He's already gave everything he ever had, but they just got to suck what else he has. You know, I hate it. See, Ammo. Heard they're thinking of putting live cam in Elvis's bedroom for tours. You know what? I wouldn't put it past them right now. Lisa's gone. She wouldn't have liked that idea because that room was precious, her meditation area. But now that she's not here, that upstairs bedroom's looking mighty fine to EPE to make some more money. That's why I said, guys, the best thing to do is boycott. Boycott this movie. Boycott EPE. Don't spend another dime to these people until they start listening to what us fans have to say. Because you think that they would listen to us. We're the ones that are making them money. But it seems to me their money is all they care about and their greed is all they care about. You know what I'm saying? Joanne. Shawna, I agree with you and everyone. I hope that movie flops so bad it's heard around the world. Amen. Amen, girl. We need to get together and get a Cadillac margarita. Oh, Arlene, honey, give me 2 of them, honey. Debbie, it will be up to Riley to do it. Let's see what Riley does. You know, this is 3rd generation. You know, there's not really a piece of Elvis's family through blood that's left that isn't 3rd generation. And that's sad. When we lost Lisa, we lost the link that was directly to Elvis. So it is strange. We have 2 twins that never met him, but they will be receiving money. Riley, who's never met him, but will be receiving money. It's just weird. It's weird all around. Anthony, this was nice, Shawna, and I'm glad that I got it to live chat with you. And long live Elvis. Woohoo! Long live the king! Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite man in the whole world. Kimberly, yes, support Tupelo and the Smith family. They always have a Q&A in Mississippi, not Graceland. Amen. That's where I'm going. Instead of spending all my money, I almost have $1,000 saved to spend it all at Graceland, and they're not doing anything that's even good for me or what Priscilla's doing. I'm going to Tupelo. I'm going to spend my time and my money, and I'm going to be with my friends, and I'm going to be in Tupelo. I'd rather be at Elvis's birthplace, than Memphis at this time. Granted, I'll go to the meditation garden in the morning and I'll, visit the graves and say my piece and my prayers. But I'm going to get back in the car and I'm going to drive to Tupelo. I'm not going to go give them the rest of my money just because it's just the way I feel. Okay, guys? But anyways, guys, I'm going to end my stream. Thank you, Miranda. And I'm sorry, too, people take advantage of Elvis because he was the most kindest, talented, most surreal person, I have ever read about. I wish I could say met. Well, it's the point of the world. Tupelo. Well, Deb, my accent gets in the way sometimes. Tupelo. I go Tupelo. And she says, Tupelo. Tomato, potato, right? See, Emma, Shawna, it seems they all want to be mini-me Colonel Tom Parker, sponging off his great name still decades on. Amen. I always said that Priscilla took a lot of cues from watching the Colonel for many, many years. I think she paid attention. Thank you, Donna. Lisa Marie did not call Linda when Elvis died. Linda's brother called Linda, and he put Lisa Marie on the phone with Linda. But she did want to talk to Linda, Miss Donna. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying anything except that's the first person she wanted to talk to when she found out her daddy died, was Linda, not her mama. Anyways, guys, good night, everybody. TCBTLC. God bless y'all, and you know what? I'll see you on the other side. Good night, everybody.